Good morning, good morning, good morning to the West Coast. How are you? Good morning to the East Coast. Is it still morning? I think it is, right? Or maybe it's afternoon. How are you? Jenenne Macklin here, one earbud in, transformational speaker, your wealth guide and catalyst. And how are you? How was Mother's Day for you? Wasn't that amazing? I had a wonderful day for Mother's Day. So I trust that you had a great Mother's Day. I hope we all mothered Earth, gave Mother Earth some of our love. I know the trails were open here, so I know the hikers just swarmed her with their presence. And hopefully you found some wonderful things to do with your mom or as a mom. I spent most of the time with my son, and we hung out in the pool and we really talked, had some good conversations, some things we needed to work out from past experiences over the last year or two. And so I really, really enjoyed it. And just listening to what a 15, next month he'll be 16-year-old, how he thinks about things and what's going on. So how was Mother's Day for you? Happy Mother's Day to each of you. I trust that you did have a wonderful day. And it just continues on and on. It's not like we get to relieve our duties. They just transform. Today is Monday, and I was thinking about Monday mindset. What is your mindset when you start on Mondays? If we pause for a moment, we can see that there's some openings. I guess in California, we're kind of evening out. So they opened up the shops, the salons, and some of the flower shops to see if we soar up or if we stay level, which would be good. We stay level. Then I guess the next step would be to open up a few more things. Because in the end, as a friend of mine was saying to me so clearly yesterday, you can't do anything unless there's a vaccine. Because I was like, well, if you meet somebody new and you're dating and you want to kiss, it's like, no, you go get tested. If you tested negative, then you have to wait 14 days to make sure nothing pops up. I said, but then you could be, then what, 14 days later you sneeze and now you got to start all over again. So I'm not sure how dating's happening. I just don't get it. So, but that's where we're moving. So we're moving toward where you say you want to go, which is to that new normal. So the new normal looks like it's going to include us continuing to wear masks. That we were looking at where we might go party or an event we could go to and go dancing. And we realized that wherever we go, we would be wearing masks, particularly if we're in groups. So it's a vaccine. So then if you do get sick or something like that, you could take the vaccine, just like they do with flu right now. I haven't ever had a flu shot. I've had too many people say you have to take the flu to get the flu shot. You have to take the serum that is the flu. And then so many people get sick. It used to be true. So that's where we are in the world. But where are you in your life? Where are you being? That's why I wanted to hop on mindset. Mine was actually really mellow. And then I realized, oh my God, it's almost 9. Let me get got several business calls that I'll be having. My son's in his last week of school, and the next week they're finals. And so I'm really looking at a powerful conversation that I want to have with women in the next couple of weeks about this particular taboo that I know is impacting our relationships with ourselves, and more importantly, it's impacting our relationship with money and our happiness. Though all those things are impacting women for your support and how we can do that and begin to get about 3 things done, at least as a business person, when you put on your schedule what needs to be done. I've got like 3 things on there for the business because the family or the house. And when you get through adding everything to your list, you could have yourself just underwater with the to-do list. So maybe one of the things I'd really like for you to do for women particularly is that to-do list and see how you can minimize that, how you can shift that around so you don't have yourself underwater from the very beginning with the gotta do, gotta do, gotta do, gotta do. What determines what you do? What determines what you give your time to? What are the factors that you consider? Not just getting up, hitting the street running. I have found for me, it has been so powerful if I start with me. If I start with me, and for me that's usually meditation, or it's some kind of exercise. If I start with me, take care of me, get my exercise in, my meditation, get myself centered for the day, and then follow that with one of my hot shakes or hot tea, I'm good. There's no part of me that's like, oh, you didn't do this, or oh, you didn't get that done. I'm good. I've taken care of me first. And there is no sense in doing that I'm taking away from anyone else. Instead, I know that I'm preparing myself for what's going to unfold for the rest of the day. So how is it for you on your Mondays, ladies? How are you going to be looking at starting the Mondays differently maybe than you used to? What will be your new normal? Will you get up a little earlier so that you have some private time to yourself to really get centered on how you're going to live the day? If it were your last day, what would you do differently? What would you make sure that you did do? Or what would you make sure that you didn't do? So that you begin to set your day taking care of you. You're not giving from an empty cup. You're actually giving from your overflow. And in doing that, you preserve you. That's how we take care of us. We give from our overflow. So when we talk about this taboo situation I'm going to talk to you about, you'll understand how come it's so much more important for us than anyone else to make sure we're giving from our overflow and that we keep our cups full to have an overflow. So take some time today and see where you are. Is your cup full? Is your cup overflowing? Do you have something to give? Because, some days when we get up, depending on what has happened the day before and how well we've moved through those feelings and those emotions, we get up really carrying from yesterday into today, as opposed to starting fresh in this day with new energy, new mindsets, new thoughts, new possibilities. We really start with being worn down from whatever we may have carried that we did not release, we did not process, we did not let go of, and instead we just continue to hold on to it. And ultimately, it impacts us and it weighs us down. So what can you do for now that will help you in the future? Because it's going to change. You'll be going back to work. You'll be back in the office. That'll happen gradually. Your duties may shift some. But what can you do now? What can you learn when you're connected to your source and your powerful mindset to then move through your days consciously? I'm aware of, I'm going to get off this call. I'm going to fix some breakfast right quick for my son. I'm clear about that. And I'm going to move through that with intention instead of being all frazzled. Oh my God, I got to do this, I got to do that. I'm going to move through that with intention. And then the next step is I have my technology person that I'm going to be meeting with her for at least an hour to go over several business strategies that we're working on, a challenge that I'm going to do and building the funnels and things like that. And then I know that I have to prepare because I'm going to be teaching. I'm so excited. One of my other colleagues, I guess, decided for her children being home, she would enlist all of her friends who she thought were smart. So we're all teaching classes to the students. I think I have a 14-year-old, maybe 11-year-old, and a 15-year-old. And of course, what would I talk to them about? But money, the two powerful principles that they need to know to build their wealth. So I'll plan on doing that this afternoon. And then that's it. So from the day starting, I've set the day up. I've set like the energy forward to say, this is the kind of day I'm going to have. This is what I'm going to focus on. And this is how I'm going to move through my day. How can you do that for yourself? Set the routine up so that when things kick in again, they're still going to kick in differently. You have a routine that supports you. Because we have to create the routines for ourselves that's going to create what we want to see showing up in our lives. How do we do that? We make those decisions. We have to be the ones to follow through on it, and we have to be the ones to hold ourselves accountable, which is part of why I want to create this community of supportive sisterhood and money conscious and confident women. We're the ones that have to do that. Your husbands aren't going to do that. Your boyfriends aren't going to do that. Your children aren't going to do that. It is an internal practice that we get to do for ourselves and then set ourselves up for success in every single moment as we go through the rest of our days. So what can you do for you? What ritual do you need to set up for you? So you're not doing like we used to do. I used to just get up, brush my teeth real fast, throw some clothes on, and I was gone. We're not doing that anymore. Life is to do on Monday sets up the rest of your week, but it's really anchored in what you do on Sundays. And what I've always asked my clients to do is, oh, okay, I know I saw a dad and a daughter, is when you go to sleep in gratitude. Lay yourself down, take that deep breath, and then take a moment and say, with you having that conversation between you and God and Spirit, thank you so much for the wonderful conversation that I had with my son. Thank you for the wonderful time that we played in the pool. Thank you for the incredible food and the meal that we shared together. Thank you for that laughter that we had. Thank you for the breath that I could breathe. Thank you for even the contacts I could make, even though there's some social distancing. Hey, Eric Johnson, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let that be how you go to sleep. Go to sleep in gratitude. Go to sleep in appreciation. The skies are clear, the sun is shining, the grass is green, the flowers are blooming, the fragrances are going to drive our allergies crazy and we're going to be excited about it. Go to sleep on a pillow of gratitude and allow that to take you into that realm we go into. And then you get up on Monday, you already have that behind you, and then you set your intention for Monday. Try your best to get out of that habit that we have of getting up in the morning, putting that coffee pot on, taking that shower, and running out the door. Set your intention. Go into meditation if you can. You can, you just have to get up early. Set your intention how you want your day to go, and then map it out. And then if you map it out, it doesn't leave room for a lot of people coming and say, oh, can you do this? Oh, can you do that? Because you can say, no, I cannot do that. No, I can't do that today. My schedule's full. So you get to own your schedule. You get to support your own sense of peace and being able to move through life at a rate that's different than what we were doing before. We were moving so fast, and every moment we're trying to figure out what we had to do next, where we had to go next, what we had to pick up next, who do we have to call next, who do we have to talk to next. We don't get to go back to living that kind of life again. You will move back into the workplace, it sounds like, gradually. They can't put all thousands of people back in those buildings for all of us to come back out and everybody's sick. So you have to move through it gradually. So whatever you can set up now becomes what you can base your life on and build on for the future. How would you like your morning to be? That's not an option for you if you're going to work. How would you like your mornings to feel? Do you ever give that any consideration and thought? Since you can't look at football and basketball and hockey and golf and all that now because it's not on, how would you want it to be? And then what would have to happen for you to have that experience? You can get up in the morning because you're the captain of your ship. You're the one that gets to decide. I keep moving because I'm cars and people and I don't have a mask on and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I want you to think about as you move forward. Put 3 things on your schedule. Stop overflowing your schedule. You're not Superman. It doesn't serve any of us to be Superman or Superwoman. You have to take care of yourself first. Tell them I told you that. You can blame it on me, but you'll see the benefit of doing it that way. Hey, Jose, how are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. How's your family? How's everybody? How are the kids? Are you safe and healthy? So that was just my 2 cents to say to you to really consider how you start your Mondays, but let it be based on what you did on Sunday night. And for that matter, what you do every night. Go to sleep on a pillow of gratitude that we're realizing now are really important because we don't have them. The littlest things that you can think of, that's what you want to hold gratitude and appreciation for. The wave, the smile, the hello, all those things. Because now, see, we miss some of that. I mean, I know some of you not too bad off that you're not being bothered by your family members and cousins and things like that. But we do miss some of that. But you have that power to decide how your Monday's going to be. And I got a mellow Monday. It's cool out here. You know, it's a little cloudy. We had a great sunny day yesterday, and I'm okay with that. Furniture's out in the backyard to just relax and do my work. I've got clients and business to do all day, but I get to set the tone of how that's going to be. And I want to encourage you to do the same for yourself. Going back into this world, you can't just go in it willy-nilly. We're going to have to be conscious. We're going to have our mask. We're going to have to be conscious of those things going forward now. They don't just disappear because they open up the doors and say, okay, go back to work. That's not going to happen. We still have people who haven't been tested. I haven't been tested. I don't have any symptoms. I don't plan on getting tested unless I have symptoms. So then what? Good morning. So there's a whole lot for us to think about and think about differently, there's my dad, than we would normally think about. So you want to begin to think about some of that now. The planes are looking at how they're going to do things different. In first class, they're only going to sell the window seats, not the aisle seats. Some of the other airlines are doing that because I'm sure they want us flying again. So don't think life is going to be the way it was, and how it's going to be is going to be determined not only by what they say outside, but what we decide inside as well. How do we want our lives to be, and how do we want our lives to feel? Because the virus is here, it's not going away. We're just trying to contain it so we're not going up like this and, you know, people dying like by the thousands every minute. But it's here, it's not going away. You're not going to be going back to work in a month or so like, yay, we're free. No, yay, we've shifted. Yay, things have changed. Yay, life is different. That's what's going to be happening. So you want to begin to start thinking about that for yourself. What would that look like for you? What do you want that to look like and feel like for you? I know some of you are going to go to work with your Clorox and your wipes, and you're going to be wiping down everything all the time. But if you're in cubicles and you're close to people, how are we going to navigate that? How are we going to manage that and navigate those experiences? So I just want you to be on this page, because that other page where you go back to work and everything's the same and you don't have to do this and you're going to go back to the way it was, that's not going to happen. And I don't even go into work anywhere, but I know enough to know and to remind you while you're sitting there and we're slowly opening up, the day will come when you'll get a call to consider, because that's what you want to be thinking about now when it comes time for them to say to you, okay, we'll take, I don't know, all the CEOs of the companies need to come back. All the managers need to come back. All the administrators need to come back first. What are your questions? What are your concerns? What are you going to have to deal with? And what are you willing to do to make sure you stay protected? Then they're going to start bringing in everyone else little by little. So it's really shifting. Be present. Be mindful. I keep getting notices. I guess they're going to take our post office. But if that's what they're going to do, because they keep sending me stamps, I've never used them, but I guess it'll be time to use stamps. And I guess we'll just be dropping our mail itself into one box and it'll take care of everything. But just know that things are changing. Set your mindset. You get to set it how it's going to be. And you get to live that mindset. Allow that to be a mindset of transformation and change. Work. So now we're in the process of what do we do about that. America has been ripped off by most of the people who have been in the high political offices, because if all the money that went through those offices didn't impact all of what we're dealing with now, that means to me it went into somebody's pocket. The money that should have helped with health care, the money that should have helped with kids having food, the money that would have helped with the things that we need now that we don't have, obviously went in somebody else's pocket. Some president, some vice president, some crony. Fine, we know that. What do we do now, though, to get ourselves moving forward? People want to send adults back to work, but we have kids that are connected to those adults. So until we take care of the children, the adults can't go to work. And the children don't have clean schools. The children don't have food. I mean, so there's so much that's going to have to be addressed over a period of time. So you're probably way ahead of me, because you probably look at the news every single day. I don't look at it at all. But a friend of mine asked me to promise to look at CNN with Cuomo at least once a week for an hour. I should get everything clear there. And I said, okay, I will. So you may know all of this already, and it's just a reminder. But if you haven't and you don't, I need you to start thinking about it, because it's going to be different whenever you get back into the office. And I suspect as we do our conferences as entrepreneurs, as we do our workshops and our events that we've been doing, that we had to cancel, it'll be different for us as well too. But you know what? We're going to be good. We're going to be fine. In the meantime, though, set your mindset for Monday. This can carry you for the entire week, and make sure that every night when you go to sleep on a pillow of gratitude. Rest your head on gratitude and rest your head on appreciation, because there's always something to be in gratitude and appreciation for and about. Make great choices and decisions when you're out there. Like I told you last week, I went and got my hair tightened, but I was the only one in the shop. So when you go get your hair done, I just haven't been sure about that nail stuff. You be strategic. What I hear now is they're making appointments and having people sit in their cars. Sounds good to me. I want our barbers to make it. I want our nail salons to make it. I want our hair stylists to make it. I don't want their businesses to go under. So if that's what we have to do, which I like it better anyway, then that's what we do. But know that that's going to be for a period of time. That's not just going to be for a week or two. That's the way we'll be getting our hair, our nails, and everything done going forward. Just be prepared. Coming back may not look like it did when we left. We're coming back to something that's going to be a completely new normal. Take good care. Have a great day. And be peaceful, but be present. Bye for now.